Okay, members, you're most welcome to this webinar. Our presenter today is by the names of Bashir. It's Goloba Bashir, and he's going to be our facilitator for today. Bashir is a lecturer as well as a systems administrator. He has extensive experience in AI, machine learning, and information systems. So that is why I thought it wise to have someone in that area to give us an insight on AI in project management. Bashir, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
Because of time, I would request that I hand over to you, and then we can begin. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. I'm so happy to be here, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking time off, and you come and join us for this course. As said, my name is Goloba Bashir. I'm a systems admin at Uganda Management Institute, as well as a lecturer in the Department of Computer Science at YMCA. And we share a lot in common about AI because it's the trend that we have. I thank you, and I'm hoping you'll enjoy this course that we have. Let me just share my screen, and I prepared a small presentation here that is going to show us our presentation. I'm just hoping everyone is seeing what I have. Is it seeable?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay. Maybe press the 5. Okay. So okay, I'm trying to slideshow. All right. Today we want to look at artificial intelligence. Sorry. Today we look at artificial intelligence in project management, just to appreciate what is there in artificial intelligence. It is technology that is simulating human intelligence by the use of machines and computers. So meaning that this technology is there to stay, and we have to just dive into it and learn everything that is about it. The good thing with it is that the AI learns from data, and that data is the information that we give it. So when it's time for you to learn AI, you'll appreciate that it is good, and we are the ones who are making it good because it is really just simulating the human intelligence. It is used in many industries. You realize that AI started with academia, with researchers, and after the academia, the industries used it. They first funded the academia to complete some projects, and then after, they started using the AI. So it really helps when you're doing some decision making and automating all the processes that you want to use in an organization. So in brief, AI is used in many areas. You'll see that if you have AI in the middle here, you'll talk about sound, you'll talk about the space, you'll talk about the internet, you'll talk about traffic, you'll talk about the Google Maps, you'll talk about drones, you'll talk about smart homes, you'll talk about smart cities, you'll talk about the video games. You'll also look at 3D and also many others. So it shows you that with AI, we have a lot of things that are being created, and yet there are also others that are going to be created. So we just have to appreciate that AI is there, and we have to learn at least how we can use it in many things that we want to solve. So this picture only summarizes that you have a computer and you think of AI, it's the way to go. Then what about if at all we have AI, how do we make use of it? So we say that we have projects. A project is any unique product that you have, any unique results that you want, or any unique thing that you want to create from the start to the end. So in case the intelligent brain tells you that we have this project and we want it to be in place, you say that, okay, how am I going to make sure that this product is going to be achieved? So what you do, you say that, okay, I need management of this project. Management is when you apply this knowledge in a structured application. You put the knowledge there, you have skills, you have tools and techniques that will help you plan this project, execute, and oversee it from the start to the end. Something called a project will always have a start and the end. So it is non-continuous. You just have improvements, or what we call prototypes. As long as you have a finished product, you can have version 1, version 2, version N, up to the end. So it so happens that every project that you'll be able to see, it has a start and it has an end. So project management is that structured way you're going to look at everything that is unique from the start to the end. So when you do management, that means you're going to achieve planning, you're going to be able to organize your resources, you're going to manage your time, you're going to manage your budget, you're also going to manage your scope. However, you have to make sure that ensuring that the goals that you have are achieved, the management should also be okay. It helps you to coordinate, because when you have a project, sometimes it's hard to do it alone. So what do? You decide and say, okay, let us have a team on board of different skills. So your work as a manager is to coordinate the teams that you have and also involve the stakeholders, because they really want to know what you're doing with the projects. Okay, so in practice, you have a project and you say, what do I do with project management? I have to be with a start. I have the initial. I have a project character. I have a description of the project that I want to do, so that when I tell you that this is my charter, you can be able to read through it and explain and know the project that I have. Now, if I tell you, say, yeah, that project it can work, what happens? You say that, okay, let me do a planning, because I already have a write-up, but I want it to be existing. So what do? I do a planning. I have a project plan, I get a Gantt chart, I have a scope, and I have a budget. Now, when that is in place, I say, what about if I have everything in place, what next? I have to execute. Executing means that the project plan that you have should be realized, the Gantt chart should be realized, the tasks that you have should be dependable, and the collaboration of the team that you have. Whenever these things are working, you have to monitor and have a control to make sure that everything is okay. When you do not monitor, you might have a project forever. So what happens, you say, let me monitor what I have so that I can be able to know the accountability of everyone who is responsible when they're doing their work. And everything has a life. At the end of the day, you have to be with a completion or closure, meaning that you have lessons that are learned so that you can be able to know that, okay, this is the project I did, and then this is what I learned out of it. Some are successful and some might be successful with warnings, where you say that, okay, it's good, but there is this missing piece of it. So that's why we say it's a postmortem. Okay, so when you have the management phases being thin, what do you say? You say that, why don't I use AI to help me do the project management? It's true, it can happen. We can use tools. That is why we say that, okay, why don't we involve AI in project management? When you involve AI, it will help you in automating repetitive tasks. It will help you predict the risks that you're going to face when you're working. It will help you improve on the scheduling because it shows you the schedule from the start to the end. It also helps you to make a decision that is right whenever you're working. However, when you have a tool that is AI, this is that you'll automatic scheduling, you'll have enhanced the decision that you're going to be making, you'll have productivity whenever you do every activity that is there. You'll have a budget management where because every project has a cost. So you have to do the budget and you have to manage the budget. You have to manage the time where you say that, okay, I have 1 month, I have 2 months, I have a year, I have 2 years. So what's the time that you're going to use? However, the whole point is not the period of time that you have, but the way you use the time from the start to the end, that this is the first thing that I'm going to do, and this is the time it's going to take. So I keep on tracking the time. Then the documentation is always important in every project that you're doing, because in case I'm not around, in case I give the project to someone else, can they be able to know what the project is all about? That's why we have the document management in the AI project management. The last thing is forecasting, knowing that what is there in the future, what can I improve? Then forecasting is there of the project. Maybe it starts on a small and then it will trend and many people will be able to use it. So that's why we say that, okay, let us do AI and we use it in project management. The fields that you look at in project management of AI, you'll tackle machine language, that is machine learning. You'll have a natural language processing. You'll predict analytics. You'll have automation of tools, and you'll have also chatbots. So all these are just disciplines that are going to help you achieve what you want. Then, if you're really doing project management, you can use some tools. Tools are there, they're existing. Asana is a tool, Monday.com is a tool, ClickUp is a tool, and the common one that we use when we're working is Microsoft Project. At least 75% of people at least know what Microsoft Project is. Whenever you're a manager, project manager, you'll be making use of the project that you have here. So this is an AI tool that will simplify the work that you have. How? I just gave an example and I said that, what if you have a project like this? Let me just share this. What if you're setting up a lab, you say that, okay, I want a lab and I want to make sure that maybe in this period of time, it might not be 4 weeks. In this period of time, I want this project to be up. What do I do? So they're telling us that, okay, you schedule your tasks. Say that, okay, I'm going to start with the project, gather requirements, have a budget approved, purchase equipment, delivery, prepare the lab, install computers, install software, and you realize that all these tasks that you have, you can give them a duration. You can say that this is the first task, this is the second and third. You can give it a resource where you say that this is the person who is going to manage the tasks that you have. You can give it a rate where you say that this resource, who is a project manager, will have this money being accounted for every day, or in a month, or in hours. It depends on what you want. However, this helps you that when you have it broken down, you can be able to achieve the management of the project that you have. So when is the tool going to help you? That if you have this project in mind and you break down the tasks, you'll come to the tool, which is here, and you can be able to create what you have. So we're saying that this is an AI tool that is going to start from scratch, and this is all I put on. This is just information I put in as a sample. That at the start, when I right click here, I have tasks. I have tasks where I say that I have my project. you realize that even when you say project planning, you can break it down and say that project planning, what is there? I can do a charter document that shows me what I'm going to start with. I can gather requirements. You can break down the requirements and say that these are the requirements I need. I did not do it here. Then you can say I need a budget approval, and the budget to be approved, they look at the costs. They also look at the benefits. Then they say, okay, let me approve this. You'll purchase, because we're talking of a computer lab as our project. Then you say, okay, purchase equipment, but you can also break it down and say that which equipment do I want to buy? I want to buy computers and also want to buy a network. Network equipments like a rack, switch, and so on. So it so happens that if you're dealing with project as a software, you will just feed in the information here. You can expand everything. Like when you say, I'm preparing a lab, and in my room it is empty, what do I need there? I need to put cabling, right? And I also need to put the table layout. So this is showing you that these are all tasks that I've input so that I can be able to complete my task. Among the last things, I show you that everything, install computers, install software, network, and then test and see whether everything is fine. Then at the last, you train, and then the project is complete. At the end of the day, this is what we have. So when you're done with tasks, you do a duration. It is just down here. It is something that you type. For instance, you say that I'm just sampling here. I say that install software. You can break down the software. I right click and say that insert another task. The software that I want to put there, to show that is part of it. It can take 1 day, or it can take more than 1 day. I just want to do everything automatic. That's why the time here is I can change this day and say that at least 1 day might not be enough, and say I need 2 days or 3 days. Automatically, because it is an AI thing, it will just be changing the time here. Then you can say who is going to work on it. I say that the person who is going to install the operating system, the dependency is here. The predecessor means that if at all I want to install, the computers have to be there. So what happens that I come here and say that, what do I need for me to install? So you say that, okay, I'll need computers there so that I can install the software. Only that. So when you do this, it comes here, sorry, install, and then come here. So it's captured. I can remove this because it's just a component I created. So this shows you that, sorry, this is supposed to be automatic. I don't need to be manual. Okay. So this shows you that I can add more tasks, that this is a main task, and then I say I have an operating system. I can also add something else. When you're done with this, you can put the duration. You can always change this, the days. You can, this will be automatic. It shows you the start and the finish. Let me expand this. This shows you that it's the predecessor, that what comes first, then what is depending on what. That is why you see the 1, 2 is depending on something that is coming before. Then we have what we call, when I right click here, we have what we call the resource sheet. Who are the people who are going to work on the project? So we have a project manager, we have a technician, we have a financial officer, and up to the end. Apart from that, we have a supplier. These are workers. These are working in the organization. These are people working on the project. Then there comes a supplier. Supplier is just a one-time off who is going to give me my products, and that's all. So that's why I have a type of cost. And then we have these last two things that show me that this is a material. I want to buy computer sets. We said you're going to purchase equipment. Computer sets, you say it's a unit. and each is this amount of money. Then apart from computer, we talk of network equipment, where you say you have a rack, you have a switch, and so on. So we say, okay, this is all put in one bundle, and that's the cost. Now, this shows you that you can put people who are going to be involved in the project and give them a rate. A rate means that you're going to attach money to them, because we said it helps you in time, it helps you in the costing, and it also helps you in the scope. So meaning that when you go to the costing, you say that, okay, every person who is working per day, you just double click on it. It will be able to show you that if you want to put the person, you can put the person there. Then if at all, sorry, let me just double click this. Okay, when you go to the cost, you can be able to change the standard rate and say that, okay, this person is going to be having 200. It can be per hour, it can be per day. Then you say, okay, sorry, you have 2 slashes, all right, per day. So meaning that I've given this person a rate. If it is material, it is just for a unit, where you say that how much is one computer, and it's this dollars, so you put it there. How much is maybe one roll of cable, and you put it there. So this is material. So it gives you a provision of putting the people who are going to work. A person who is going to supply only once, for instance, this supplier will not come back to your project after applying, and also the equipment you're going to buy. When you do that, you can be able to go back to where we are, where we were. We had the task sheet that was showing us that, okay, here we have a resource name, we have a project manager, we have a technician, we have a financial officer, and many others. So this is showing you that, okay, you're trying to attach everything together at once. Do a task, put duration, put the time, start and finish, put the predecessors, and also the resource names. But the resource names that you have are attached to a value. So what happens, you do a Gantt chart here that is going to be able to show you, I have a Gantt chart here, that is going to be able to show me from the start to the end what the project is doing, who is attached to which project, and what they're going to do. On this side of the left, it shows you that, okay, I will say that this is a project planning. This is project planning as a task. I have a document and it has a value. It will be able to show you the total cost of everything. For instance, I gave a sample and said that let our computers be around 20 or 22. That's why it will automatically calculate the price to this. How does it come? Is when you double click there. Sorry, let me just go back to the resource usage. Oh, sorry, it is a source sheet. Okay, the resource sheet showed you that each is that. And then when I went back to the task sheet, I said that I have computer sets and I want 22 of them. You double click on this and then you go to the resources and you can put the units that you want. Then it gives you a cost. Customers, I want 25 of them, then it will update itself. Okay, 25. Then when you go to the Gantt chart, it will be able to show you. Now, why we're using this tool, it have a tracking chart. So showing you that what's the level of finishing. This shows you 100% because the project started on Tuesday and it's supposed to end on Wednesday, 2 days. If you give it hours, be complete. That typical tasks, you put them there. That's why you show the rate. And then those ones that are not complete, they show a percentage of 0%. The good thing why we use these tools of AI is because they can give you reports where you say that, okay, I want to know the cost that I'm using, the cash flow. Okay, this is the amount, and maybe I change this value. It's giving me 600. Let me just see. Okay, cost overview shows me this, that the cost that I have is, this is the cost. It shows you the 7%. The 7% is the person who is working on the 2 days and the amount attached to them for the day. That's why it shows me the 7%. We're saying that what else does it do? It will help you track the project, show you the project overview. Project overview, 70% is finished, all the rest is not yet finished. So you have to make sure that you can continue and finish what you have. Upcoming tasks are all there. They are always written down here, that after doing the charter, you have requirements gathering, and it is showing you that's the upcoming tasks. So we have a lot of reports that we shall be able to see here. Work overview, it shows you the different people that you have, project planning, requirements, and what everyone has done. The blue shows you that this is the work that is done or is being completed. The other color shows you that this is the work yet to be, the remaining work. So it's a tool that can be used to get a lot of things. Resources, I want to see the resources, the people who are there. We have project managers, we have technicians, we have financial officers, and all of them have a role to play. It also shows you the hours that everyone is going to be doing on the project. So in simple terms, that is a tool that can be able to simplify, to fasten what you're doing so that you can be able to know everything that you have. We have a lot of reports, but since the time is little, I just wanted to show you, I wanted you to appreciate what project can do as a tool of AI when you're doing project management. Okay, and that's why I got this sample. This sample, they're showing you that using MS Project, you can have this. And when you're done with this, you can create a Gantt chart and you can have many other things that project. All right, so because of AI, we're saying that you can improve on your efficiency as you're working. You can forecast, you can have a better forecast, you can have a better decision making in everything that you do. You can have increased productivity, and then you can change the information that you have. Since it's data-driven, you can always boost your information that you have. So that is the benefit that you get with AI, efficiency, being very fast. Okay, in case we always have risks. However, you can, with AI, you can predict and say that, okay, this is a potential delay. Now, we're saying that, okay, we don't have any risk there, but if at all you had shown that you're going to purchase products before approving the budget, it could show you that maybe there is a delay here. That is why this product cannot be used. You cannot install a computer which is not yet bought because the project is not yet complete. The budget is not yet approved. So at any one time, we shall have the risk management. This write-up that I showed you here was showing us that, okay, you have risk management that shows you the delay in equipment delivery. The budget can be overrun, your target, basing on what is really there. You can have technical failures during the setup. Then also mitigations can also be there. So AI can just help you analyze the data that you have, and then you predict and say, okay, this is a risk that can be there. You identify it early so that you can get a solution. The challenges with AI is every good thing has a bad side, though the bad side can also be dealt with. Implementation costs are there. Of course, a cost is a cost, but you have to make sure that you know it, that whenever I'm doing some project, a cost has to be there. So it's a hindrance. You say that, okay, you have to put in some dollars there for you to finish. Technical skills are always needed. You need to learn the software. For instance, like the OEC project, you need to learn how to use it so that you get the good thing out of it. If you don't know how to use it, then sometimes it's hard to appreciate the AI. So that is why we're saying that you need the technical skills. Data privacy is sometimes a concern where you don't need to, where most people do not want to share information a lot. But then what do you do? Because everything is to do with data. So you have to give it out. So privacy is a bit a glitch. Then in case there is any change, but this can be dealt with. It's a challenge, but always change can be dealt with. The future is also there, that seeing AI in project management doesn't mean that everything is okay. We still have intelligence still there. We're saying that the future is wide, that something new has to be coming, like a smarter project planning tool can be coming. Real-time monitoring, because this is a tool that is showing you, but then real-time is when you say that, okay, I want to go there and see the project, and this tool can only just update you that this project has been put there. In my project, I might just write and say that, okay, the charter document is done for the start, but when I've not seen it. So the real-time monitoring is I've physically seen, and the project and the software can automatically do a monitor and say that, okay, this charter is there, I've seen it, so it says that this task is complete. So we still have the future of AI showing real-time monitoring, automated reporting. We have the reporting, but okay, just to add more. Then AI-powered assistance. So this is just the future. And still, these are still projects that you can think of, because projects will never stop. And in conclusion, I believe that AI improves project planning and execution. A person who has used, for instance, Microsoft project to do their phases of start to the end of a project will not be the same as the person who has not used AI. So it improves the planning, it also improves the execution. AI helps managers to make better decisions, because a decision that you make right will make the project successful. A decision that you make not right might hinder the project that you've created. Will always play a major role in future project management as AI, and that cannot stop because it has come. I thank you for listening, and I really thank you for your time that you've given me to listen to this presentation. In case you have any questions, we can ask. Okay, my moderator, Mr. Ude, we can share any thoughts, we can appreciate, we can comment, we can comprehend.
Bashir, thank you very much. I think there is a question here.
Yes.
What are the top 3 risks to this project deadline based on the current velocity? That is from Rachel.
Top 3 risks that?
What are the top 3 risks to this project's deadline? It is actually in the chat room, so you can also be able to read. So some people,
okay, in the chat room. All right. Let me just check it. Okay. Okay, project deadlines based on the current velocity. If I'm getting you right, velocity, does it mean the current situation that we have? The risks that we mainly have, the first is over budgeting. Sometimes when you over budget, you can run out of the budget and you cannot proceed. That's the biggest risk. And then, of course, also time. Most cases, that's why among the phases, we talked of control and monitoring, because you don't want to tell a person that you're going to take 1 year and you exceed, because that is being incompetent. So we'll look at the time, then we'll look at the budget, and the third one, real time, maybe AI versus the real time situation that we have. As I told you that, okay, these two, the tools are helping you to track, but then we also have the real time where you want the setup being made. Or for instance, like where you want to see a physical charter document being done, or a soft copy that can be sent to you and it is not happening, but then the tool is showing that the 2 days are done and then that part has to be completed. So also the real-time component is also a risk, that you might think you're going on, but when you're not moving, and the AI tool is showing you everything is fine.
Okay, I hope, Rachel, you've gotten that. Do you have any other question? Okay, if there's no question,
yeah.
Okay. If you have no question,
The
do you have any other question
good
for Mr. Bashir?
thing with
Okay. I think there's no question. I would like to thank you, Bashir. Thank you very much. And I want to thank all the members. Today it was our first webinar as YMCA. Tomorrow we are continuing with our collaboration with our online courses. So please also be there. We shall be waiting for you tomorrow. Thank you very much. And I wish you the best.
You're welcome.
Question, are we using the same link tomorrow?
Yes, we are.
All right, thank you. Same time?
Same time, yes.